Did you know you could still sort of be carnivore, but add a wee bit of plants back? So you ride that line between carnivore and keto, or just how do you introduce the plants back, and why should you even do that if meat heals? Let's get into it. Welcome everyone to my very humble channel where I always have hay on my friggin' hats. I digress. Let's get into the subject of plants. Now, trigger warning alert for those who just are so culty convinced that we don't need any plants even though we were never strict carnivores. I know. See, because that ribeye and your ground beef, none of those things are going to heal you. The muscle meat is not going to heal you. The main foods that people eat are pork belly, ribeyes, and ground beef. Some people eat fish, but let me tell you right now, those things are not going to seal up the gut wall. I know you've been lied to and really been sold a pipe dream that carnivore is going to heal everything, but if life could just be so easy. I mean, why does every single thing have to be hyped? We should always look at the potential downfalls so you can navigate through all those downfalls. Actually navigate through all those downfalls and know what to do. Okay. Now, most of you have leaky gut. That's holes in the small intestinal wall. So a lot of these lion, snake, carnivore diet people don't actually understand how the gut works. They just think that it heals, but they're not considering all the vitamins and minerals that we need. Now, a lot of people doing a carnivore diet, they don't eat organ meats. They eat ground beef, ribeyes, eggs, bacon, butter, and pork belly. I know you guys have been sold that huge lie, and it's a huge lie. And why do they all do it? Because it makes money. Most people eat bacon. Most people have a little butter. And most people pound down the meat and are afraid of fats. So of course, that's why they lie. They don't really know. And if they think that they're right, they haven't really worked with enough people to see the pitfalls. So it's sort of like a vegan. Vegans always believe it's the healthiest diet on the planet, and so do carnists. But how do we get these plants back, and how much do you actually need? Can you ride the line of carnivore? That is a hell yes. You can ride the line. Basically almost being strict carnivore. But why would we introduce the plants back? Well, there's a couple of reasons. And number one, we need the prebiotic fiber. That's why it's called prebiotic fiber. People, now listen to me now. If people will say, you're wrong, they've got no science. They've just got people, gurus telling them that you don't need it, and they don't like vegetables, and they do have toxins. But we ride the line. We know when to have them and when to not, like oxalates. Spinach is loaded with oxalates. But in nature, we would not have oxalates 365 days out of the year destroying our bodies. I mean, we've got leaky guts. We gut. We literally have such severe toxic cells. We are experiencing advanced glycation end product, which is the damage of cells. Like each action potential begins to die off over time. That's aging. You start to see it. But we're not hunter-gatherers anymore. We've been schmaxed to high heaven. If you don't know what that means, it rhymes with schmaxed. We're toxic. We've got amalgam fillings. We are exposed to phthalates and garbage in drinking water. And I wish it was that simple. So, unfortunately, more than ever before, we need that short-chain fatty acid to fix our gut wall because our gut walls are broken. And hunter-gatherers did not have broken gut walls. They didn't. And they weren't toxic like we are. So, make it make sense. Of course, hunter-gatherers didn't have plants, but they did eat them when it was seasonal. Should we be eating seasonally? Yes and no. But sometimes people need plants for the short term or for the wee bit to keep the gut microbiome stabilized and then be able to produce that lovely enzyme, diamine oxidase. So how much? What are prebiotic plants? We've got leek, the green part, spring onions, the green part, very bitter, very tart, very spicy. We've got asparagus. And if you only had like one little stalk of asparagus once a day, that'd be enough. That's riding the line of carnivore. Okay, you don't need a lot. Or you could have like 3 stalks every other day in one meal, not all day long. So you can still be a carnist, but just add a wee bit of that prebiotic fiber that can ferment and then turn into short-chain fatty acids, which helps seal up the gut wall. So zealots, cultists, that's what short-chain fatty acids do from prebiotic fiber. Avocado also counts as a prebiotic fiber. Not a lot, but if you had one every day for the potassium, you're going to get enough of the prebiotic fiber in that gut to create the fermentation process, and then a different variety of foods to help stabilize bacteria. So freaking interesting. Can't just eat beef and butter and eggs. That's a fallacy. Yeah. Why do people push that garbage? Oh, I know, because it's easy. Bacon, which has nitrates, and then it's got sugar, most of it. It's an aged meat, and most people with leaky gut can't handle the bacteria in aged meats. Butter, super high histamine. Egg whites are super high histamine to weak, gut-walled, and toxic with heavy metals people. So we need that fermentation process. We need plants with different bacteria to help stabilize the gut microbiome, of course, on top of getting some rest and keeping your cells hydrated with minerals and water and a bunch of stuff. But if you just gut bust on plants and you can't deal with them at all, it's sort of like I just mentioned, get the stress down, clean water, exercise, sweat, get some of them toxins out, follow our circadian rhythm, go to bed early. But really it starts in the mind, connection to the body, ground, bunch of natural stuff. And then get some vitamin D and start with a little piece, and I mean a little piece of asparagus with some meat, chew it incredibly slow, and do that once a day for those who react on all plants. And build up the tolerance and start creating N-methyltransferase and diamine oxidase to break down that histamine that's giving you the problem with plants. Because the point isn't just to eat meat. Because the more you just eat meat, you start developing histamine to the meat that you're eating. And if you don't believe me, look at some of the comments on my videos. And I have done a lot of interviews with people who failed on carnivore. So I don't care if you think you're doing good. Other people aren't. If I'm not the zealot speaking person, the carnivore fanatical person, go find somebody else like Bart K, who wasn't a carnist in the beginning. But don't forget the fat. Fat is number 1, protein number 2, and a wee bit of plants number 3. Because plants have some really amazing medicinal benefits, like milk thistle. God, so amazing. So many plants have medicinal purposes. What about castor oil? Amazing. Comment below. Share this content. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Yeah, I'm back. I am 57 going on 58. I got energy. I've been doing this stuff for almost 18 freaking years. And it's not easy. Keto is not for the faint at heart. If you do it wrong, thyroid problems, driving ketosis should be on keto, carnivore, and all meat-based diets. Otherwise, just eat carbs. Because Paul Saladino, he's not a carnist. He eats fruit. So dude, just eat some starch. Because fruit is not looking too good on people. Plus, fructose goes straight to the liver, and there's that whole problem with fatty liver issues. A lot of you guys have raised enzymes. Yeah. Plus, it's been genetically freaking Frankenstein to high heaven to have maximum fructose. Plus, you're not from that part of the world. Just saying. Peace. Consultation, go to stephanieperson.com. Been doing this stuff for a long time. Over 10,000 consultations. A lot of this with people. A lot. That's where I learn. Not from some fake study, but from you guys. I also have a course where I teach all 3 diets, because I realize not everybody can do carnivore, which should be done for people who are having extreme histamine for the short term. Then bring yourself back to plants slowly, very slowly. I know how to do it. Or keto. Or you might just have to do low carb, high fat because your gallbladder's junked up. And I'm out. Peace.